We discussed this earlier. 24-25 class for Colorado looks really damn good. Kind of break this list down if you could for me. Some of these names that stick out. We had Zayne DeSouza on the show earlier. He's a product of Big Matt 6-0 Academy. Who else on this list sticks out to you? I mean, obviously, a huge list of top recruits among the country.
Alex Graham. People are forgetting about how big a get Alex Graham was when he came. That was a big get for Colorado. He could play, dog. Long arms, he can run, he will hit you, stick his nose in there, and he is like sticky glue. Once he gets his hands on you, he is really, really good in press coverage. He's playing the best schedule in the country. IMG plays a national schedule. They play everybody. So he played against the 6'6" wide receiver. Oh, what's his name? That's going to LSU. Did a good job on him. Like, there are times that you've seen this guy be able to shut down half of a side of a field. He is really, really good. And I don't think, like, right now, like, he's been committed for so long that people have forgotten about him. But when I'm talking to college coaches who have stopped by IMG, and they are very selective about who gets to come in and who isn't. Like, they want to make sure that their boys get to the right fit. You got to tell them who you're like. If they're, you got to be in. And so one of the most respected coaches in the SEC calls me, and I'm thinking he's calling me about another recruit. And he said, "Hey, man, have you seen this Alex Graham kid?" I said, "Yeah, I seen him." To my going to Colorado. He said, "That can play, man." I said, "Yeah." They offered him that SEC school, like. And you know what I liked about Alex Graham? He was getting, and a lot of people don't know this, but Alex Graham was getting offers later in the process and wasn't even posting them. He was like, "Nah, I ain't." You know, he's locked in. Like he's one of those. He's locked in, and I know this to be true. So another guy's C. Hud, Christian Hudson, really good looking prospect. He could play a lot of different positions. Like, and when you see him on the high school level, he's played from the 0 to the 5. Like, wherever they needed him, he's been able to play. And what I like about him is even with some of the length that he does have, he's able to maintain his leverage. I know you can appreciate that, Coach. Like, so I think C. Hud was a really good one. Quanell X.
The Hudson kid is a monster, bro.
Yes.
He's like a walking embodiment of 9'7", the brick shit house. That with his length and like it's just, hey, there's one NFL player. You're the next one, honey. I mean, he's a great player.
Man, Montrez Walker. I was gonna talk about Quanell. I'm gonna get back to him. Montrez he is just a backer, bro. Like, you got some people who were born to play linebacker. There's nothing else he could have done with his life. If he wanted to go play basketball, it wasn't gonna work. And he can hoop too. Right. He's a born backer. Like, bro, like, listen, I want to play baseball. No, go hit a dummy. Do something else, like, because you are a born backer, great athlete, and the way he goes about his game, he's a green dot guy. He can get everybody else in position. When you look at the team that Buford has, you've got D1 prospects all over the field. And in the linebacker room, he plays with Jalen Perlotti, who's going to USC. Then you go to the defensive line, are the type of guys that they have. The secondary, Devin Williams going to Auburn. He makes that engine go. They're priming up for another state championship run, and he's the guy that you want to have that microphone because he's going to get everybody else together, a classic Mike backer. And what we're learning in Colorado is, because everybody's going to the size, the speed, and sideline, you need somebody that's going to come down and hit something, that's going to put their face in the fan. That's the favorite on TV right now, face in the fan. Well, he's one of them. Ain't scared of nothing. You can't scare him out of the hole, and he's going to smack a guard when they pull. And that's what I want from my Mike. I want somebody where the guard cannot intimidate us because you got to bring one to get one, and that's who he is. We talk about Quanell X. You look at the polished route running, what he's been able to do as far as to get open on basic routes. When you look at Instagram, all these receivers, every time they're running a route and they're doing their highlights, it's a double move. It's some kind of crazy route. It's a sluggo. It's a post corner. It's something else. We talking about a guy that can just get open on a slant and they know it's coming. I know how to position my body and use my shoulders to get between you and the football, so I'm going to get this first down. That's what I like about him, because at that age, the slant is not the – like right now they look down on slants in the league. Remember when they was calling Mike Thomas slant boy?
Oh, yeah.
But he got paid. And you need somebody that you can trust to go get a first down. And that's so hard to find at the high school level, somebody who takes that part of their game seriously. He takes the route tree seriously. I think that's so important and so underrated in players at his age. And so the maturity that comes along with a guy like that, and I think the common denominator in all these players is maturity.
Mm-hmm. And look, I want to piggyback on this a little bit. These are all high school kids, y'all.
Yeah.
All I heard last year was that Coach Prime doesn't recruit high school kids, and he never wants. There's a bunch of freshmen playing, i.e., Cash Cleveland, who's a redshirt or not even a walk-on true freshman.
Yeah.
Seaton's a true freshman. Miller's a freshman. He's got freshmen all over the field. Now they've got a huge class of 5, 4, and 3 stars with more coming. I thought he didn't recruit high school. Like this on top of who else is coming, because they will have more that are drawn to this. I know they will. On top of what's about to happen in the transfer portal, I mean, look, the transfer portal is a different world, but it just you use that big brain and elaborate on how cool that's going to be, because those guys are going to want to come to Boulder. Like, they're seeking Coach Prime out to come play for him. I mean, how good of a team could he have next year, even losing the number 1 pick and the number 2 pick?
They're going to be loaded, man. Like, you got to think about it. You got replacements for Travis Hunter on offense and defense right now.
Right now.
Right
he
now.
Went out of the game. He missed a pretty much a whole game, K-State and Arizona, if you combine the halves, and they pretty much didn't miss a beat. And I'm not talking shit. Obviously, Hunter's the Heisman winner, but that's just what it was.
No, they loaded, bro. Like, I mean, especially at those 2 positions. Like, everybody knows I'm a huge Colton Hood fan because I watched him get it out the mud. But he's proven it. Like, he's a scrappy corner. He's body slamming people on the perimeter, right? So run that jet sweep over here if you want to. That I love that, especially like, just being an undersized guy. When I used to play ball way back in the day, understanding what it means to set the edge as a corner. That's something that's an intangible. That's something that's innate. Like, some dogs just ain't gonna bite. When you got one, they say if it don't bite as a puppy, he ain't gonna bite as a big dog. Well, this dude has been biting and scrapping and clawing his whole life, and for the respect that he's now starting to earn, even now. Think about Colton's mentality as far as knowing that you were probably going to start or be the 3rd corner at Auburn, and now you're going to Colorado and you have to wait your turn again, and all you're doing is fighting. Man, look, he ran. I'm at practice the other day. He runs off the sideline. He said, "Man, you should have been out here." And then runs back like, "Watch me." Like, okay, now he's taking practice like it's a game. Watch this. I'm like, bro, yeah, they are locked in. So that's you at the corner position. Then you think about it. Colorado is going to take their pick in the portal now. It's not going to be, we just got to go get guys. You got guys, so now you can be selective. You've got depth, so you can be selective. You can go get guys that fit. You're not just going to find, like, when you look at a puzzle, like, sometimes, you know how hard it is when you just got a puzzle, you got to put it together real fast. You're just trying to put pieces with pieces that don't match. You're just trying to find pieces that kind of look like another piece because maybe this will match because I got to get this done. Well, when you got time, and you got pieces already in place, how much easier does that puzzle get? Now you say, oh, this is the one I need. And then you just place them and it fits perfectly. And that's what Colorado was building with the efforts that they put into the transfer portal and recruiting last year. Now you're starting to be able to find the pieces that actually fit.
Watch out, America. Watch out, Big 12. This is about to get real fun. All right, Bailey, where are we going?
Hey, Matt, before we move on, going back to this list, I want you to talk about Zayne DeSouza. I know he's a product of your gym, 6-0 Academy, and you know him real well. I just wanted you to talk about what he brings to the Buffs.
So Zayne's a 6'7", 260-pound tight end that runs like 4'6", 4'7". He's a massively big physical athlete. Loveland runs kind of college football out in Colorado is not the same as college football in Georgia and Texas and other places, but it's pretty damn good. But they do run a little bit of an archaic offense where he doesn't get thrown the ball a ton, but it works on his blocking, and he's just a great athlete and a great kid. He walked into the gym, and I was like, "Oh, we're definitely moving your big ass to tackle." And he looked at me, and he was like, "Oh no, I'm going to play tight end." And I told him, I was like, "You go to CU and you run 4.6 and get offered, and I'll shut the fuck up." And he went to CU, ran 4.6, got offered, committed, and I shut the fuck up real quick. So Zayne's a great kid. He works his balls off. He's not early enrolling because he's a great basketball player too, and he's trying to win a state title up there at Loveland. But he's just another one of these guys out of the lab down here at 6-0 where it's the same as the factory that in Atlanta, the prep teams, the guys that all know. People in Colorado know, like there's kids and parents. This is no bullshit. I heard this the other night for the first time, that are scared to come to my facility because we film everything. And I'm like, well, what do you mean everything's on tape? And they're like, well, yeah, we just don't really want to put it out there yet if he fails. And I'm like, holy shit, you've got this totally backwards in your head. So, Zayne and Deacon and Breck and Moon and Nick and all these other kids that are in there, they're not afraid of failure. They're not afraid of the spotlight, where so many kids in this state, in my opinion, are. Zayne ain't one of them. So he's got swag, he's got some real skill, and he's a huge, big body that they're honestly, I think Smalls is doing a very admirable job this year. But we'll see when they got the other 3-star, the Corbin, somebody else say his name. Both of them coming in, and I know Coach Prime's made that a priority position. So we'll see what happens. But I'll tell you this, Zayne's a good-looking kid. So for Coach Prime to fall in love with some Colorado guys, that takes a lot. And I'm pretty excited for him, honestly. Now we just got to get Deacon and Breck up there for next year's class.
Nice.
Absolutely.